Hi, it's Lori Neverman from Common Sense Home, and today we are going to look at the filtering of the freeze dryer oil. Now I have this old Brita filter. You can usually find these at thrift stores for $1 or $2, and that's what I've turned into my filter for my freeze dryer oil. Now I noticed that my oil, although this was filtered on the bottom, it's a little darker than I think it should be, so it's time to change out the filter. And this is really simple. And I'm going to pull out this old one in here, and I did ram that bad boy in there pretty tight. So, and you can see that's dark. It's catching a lot of particulates. It's very black up top, and it's almost all the way through. So I'm going to set that down here and put that aside. And all that we do for the new filter is I combine a coffee filter, and this is just, you know, your typical coffee filter, a penny or couple, and combine the coffee filter with cheap toilet paper. I've taken a roll of toilet paper, and I've used this one for this filter that I just took out, so this has been cut into. But you take your roll of cheap toilet paper, and you take a serrated knife, and you use that to cut the toilet paper, and then you remove enough of the roll. I'm gonna guess here, to make an insert for the Brita filter. And I'm gonna roll that up nice and snug. And that looks a little bit small, so I'm gonna actually unroll that and try again with a little bit more TP. And you don't have to change this out very frequently. You can do a surprising number of loads with just a single filter. I'm going to trim that off just a little bit here. I've got little fluffy bits. And try again. Line that up. That looks a little closer, but I'm still just a little bit shy. So I'm going to cut this through and add a couple more layers. You're probably going to be able to get 2 to 3 filters out of one roll of toilet paper, depending on how many sheets are in your roll of toilet paper. And you do want this to be a snug fit inside that filter hole. Oh, so darn close. I might end up using the whole roll, because you don't want any oil running past the filter. I mean, that would really ruin the point of the filter. And don't cut your hand. You know, be careful, folks. Observe basic safety procedures. Even if you're holding and cutting, just don't get sloppy. And did not cut that all the way through. I'm so close. Last time I did this, it went together like a charm. First take. This time I'm on camera. Not happening. All right. One more time. And that is going to be snug. You can hear it squeaking as it's squeezing down into there. So, coffee filter for extra layer of protection. And then twist that down so it firmly seats in the filter. And look, you can see this is snugged all the way to the bottom of the filter in there. And I'm going to pour off this old oil because I want to run that through one more time. And in just a moment, I'm going to take a break here, and I'm going to grab oil that I had in the freezer so you can see what that looks like, because I do freeze my oil when it comes out of the freeze dryer. That helps all the water to settle to the bottom. Of course, oil floats, so all your water and all your particulates settle to the bottom of the container. That way, you take it out of the freezer, the oil's on top, it's not frozen, and that's what goes in the filter. So I'm going to take a break here and go get the oil to filter out of the freezer. Now here I have a container of oil that I had in the freezer overnight, and I'm going to pour that off, and you can see that's pretty dark. Let me see if I can hold that up against a lighter background, but it's pretty dark. There's definitely chunks in it. Maybe we can zoom in here in just a little bit, and I'm getting towards the bottom, watching for chunkage and scraping out some of the oil clinging to the sides here. All right. And then that's all that needs to happen with the filter itself. I'm just put this cap on to keep anything from falling into there. Oh, goes the other way, silly. Fits better when you put it on the right way. It's the darndest thing. I'm gonna let this sit, and in a few hours that will be nice filtered oil, and it does a really nice job. The super simple toilet paper and coffee filter really works very nice. And then I can put that back into the freeze dryer pump, and we're good to go. And let's see if we can get a close up here of the gunk left in the bottom. Which way do you want to go? There's a ring of water around the outside, and then there's quite a few particulates, chunkage, because the water is drawn off the food. The water in the air is drawn off the food through the freeze drying process. Most of that water is deposited on the outside of the freeze dryer as an icy coating that you have to thaw out after the freeze drying cycle finishes. But some of that does get into your oil, and that's why if you have a pump with oil, you do want to empty it and filter it after every single load. But it's pretty simple. Takes just a matter of minutes, no big thing. Here's the filtered oil the next morning, and as you can see, it is clear and bright, just like it came freshly out of the package. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions on home freeze drying or the Harvest Right home freeze dryer, please visit the website at commonsensehome.com/home freeze drying. I have a lot of questions and basic information covered there, and if there's some question that I don't have covered that you have, just leave a comment and let me know.